evening, everyone. Yeah, come on, you take the laptop. Please. My phone is brighter. Good evening, everyone. A little bit on camera, okay. Hi, yeah. I'm sorry, guys. Pardon me. I'm sorry. Um, Good evening. Is it better? Sign out from the other phone. Sign out from there. Sorry, guys. I was streaming with my laptop before, but I don't like the yeah. Hello. Wait. Hey, God. I don't know what I'm doing. Beautylicious, good evening. AP Glamour Glows, good evening. Good evening, everyone. So sorry, guys. I was using my laptop before, but the camera is not really okay. So I have to switch to my phone. I'll set the camera maybe another time. Financial lady, good evening. You're welcome. Thanks for joining me. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you all for coming. Lady Precious One of Paris, good evening. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Good evening. I hope everybody, because a lot of people were there before, I had to switch over to this place. Are you guys hearing me? Please let me know if my voice is audible enough. So, guys, this evening I said I want to talk about thank you. I said I haven't seen Mamu OG because I saw you before. Yeah, I saw you before. I had to change my laptop. I had to change because I really don't like the camera. So my phone seems to be more brighter for me. So that was why I switched to my phone. Good evening, everyone. You all are welcome to my LS today. Yeah, I went off. Yeah, I went off. I had to switch over to my phone. So that was why. So this evening I just quickly want to talk about something that it was showing good on your side, but my view as I was looking at it, the camera was so dull. It was not so bright for me. Yeah. Yeah, so that was why. So guys, today I said I want to talk about something like kind of about the eye. There's the glaucoma. Maybe some of us must have heard about the word glaucoma. Yeah. It's one of the leading causes of blindness. This is one of the leading causes of blindness. One of the reasons I want to talk about it is because sometime last year, my younger brother suffered from it and he almost went blind. So I realized that this is something that a lot of us don't know. A lot of us don't know. I never knew about it. I knew about eye problems, but I never knew much about glaucoma. So until it happened to him, and I knew that it was something that we really need to know. So I did a research, I did studies about it, and I found out that it's a very, very should I say it's a very destructive thing. Yeah, it's a very destructive thing. Even when that even when that happened, I made a lot of contacts. I made a contact with a doctor in India. He was the one that even gave me a prescription because we were looking for something to help remedy the situation. And he told me it's a 50-50 chances that the pressure of the eye was too high. And based on custom and other things, drugs cannot be sent down to countries and other places. So, but he gave us those prescriptions and said we should try it. But the thing is, sometimes one thing he advised me was that we should never allow him go for surgery. Because when such a thing happens, the first thing they will tell you is you have to go for surgery. That's the only way. But he made it clear to me that once he go for that surgery, in less than 1 year, he will completely go blind. So it's still the same thing. Glaucoma can lead to blindness, and after the surgery, it can still lead to blindness. The person can still go blind. It's just a matter of time. So since then, I actually didn't want to talk about this today. I had something else to talk about. But when I was watching a program, it was a topic of discussion. So that it now dawned on me that maybe I should just shed a little light on it. What is this glaucoma to start with? Glaucoma is a group of eye condition that damage your optic nerve. It's a group of eye condition that damage your optic nerve. Now the question is, what is the optic nerve in the eye? You may want to ask, okay, what is this optic nerve in the eye? So the optic nerve in your eye is that nerve that helps to communicate between your brain and your eye. It helps with the communication between your brain and your eye. So when glaucoma happens, that is what it damages, your optic nerve. And when it damages your optic nerve, there will no longer be a communication between your brain and your eye. And that automatically has led to what? Blindness. So, why am I discussing this? We as Africans, we take a lot of things for granted. We take a lot of things for granted, even most of us that are here in Europe. We don't even find time to visit doctors. We feel like it is only when we are sick that we need to see a doctor. It is only when you have pains all over your body or something is wrong with you, that is when you know that you need to see a doctor. But no, because if you don't follow that procedure of always going for regular checkup every now and then, you will not know the extent of damage that is going on in your system. Glaucoma does not give sign. Glaucoma does not give any warning. So the only way you can know that you are suffering from glaucoma is when you regularly visit an optic doctor, who in turn will look at your eyes and check your eye pressure. What is this glaucoma we are talking about? We are talking about pressure of the eye. I have pressure. Your eye has pressure. So when the pressure of your eye becomes too high for you or for your eye, it can lead to blindness. Your eye has a level of pressure that is supposed to take. That's between 12 to 22 millimeter, 12 to 22 millimeter. So anything that is above 22 is too high. So it is when it is early detected that it can be corrected, because when it's too high, nothing can be done. It only takes the grace of God. Nothing can be done. Glaucoma can hardly be reversed. It can hardly be reversed. The highest a doctor will tell you is operation, and that is a risk. Operation for the why? Because as and when it happens to my brother, we're already considering that option. But when I was able to get to a contact and I was able to speak with this Indian doctor, he told me operation is out of it. But we should keep managing with eye drops and keep running more and more scan to see if the eye drop is working on the pressure, for the pressure of the eye to go down. And the eye drop were so expensive. So I sat down and I was like, if we had followed normal procedures of going to the optic maybe twice a year, to be able to know all these things, at the end of the day, all these monies, we will not be spending them. We take a lot of things for granted. Yes, healthy living. The eye is a very delicate part of your body. I remember when they called me, he was already losing vision. One of his eyes was already losing vision. Like, he was literally not seeing with one of his eyes. And when they told me, they said he was going blind, I started crying. I was crying. I didn't even know exactly what to do. I don't know what to think. So when I called him, he said the doctor said it's glaucoma. What is glaucoma? I had to start researching. So we should please, it can happen within any age. But normally they will tell you it affects elderly people between the age of 60 and above, but it affects all age. My younger brother is just in his early 30s and he was almost going blind. Things were able to reverse some things because money was now pumped in. But what if there was no means of getting that money? What if there was no means of making that money? Or there was no money to run around for the hospital for this. One scan is 30,000, one scan is 40,000, just like that. And it can go for 3 a week. It affects all age, but doctors will want to tell you no. They know it affects all age. So I'm just saying this because we should pay more attention to our health. We should pay more attention to our health. Blindness is not something we can play about. Even children, yeah, even babies, newborn babies can be affected with glaucoma. Even babies. It's a very sensitive eye defect. Because I remember one time, uh, if I'm literally looking at my phone like this, I'll be having tears, coming out of my eyes, looking at telly and TV and all those things. And I felt it was not normal. I had to visit an optic. And they told me my eye was okay. They did everything. Said, you okay? I said, but they said yes. Because you look too much at your screen. That is why. You are 24 hours glued to your screen. I said yes, 24 hours. I'm on phone. I'm this so because I do a lot of things on my phone. They said that is why. That your eyes are telling you they are tired. So that is why they are bringing out tears. I said, wow. I don't have any eye problem. He said no. So your eyes are telling you we are weak. We need to relax. The brain is sending you signal, telling you relax your eyes. But you are still glued to your phone. And we don't even know when the brain is giving us that signal. We don't even know anything, but we are just there. I was just there doing everything. So they had to give me a recommended glass that each time I feel like that, I should always use it. And the thing is, if I use it between 2 months, I'll be fine. I'll still drop it. I had to do that. Because if I hadn't done that at that time, the more the pressure was coming, who knows what it would have cost in the near future. Because all these things are piling up. They are piling up, just gradually destroying one thing or the other. So by the time it gets to the advanced stage, everything will crash. And that is when somebody will just wake up in the morning and the person will tell you, I can't see. And when it happens, I can't see, we are quick to start blaming people around us. One person is responsible. The other person should be doing this. So, but we forgot the fact that we have not really paid attention to our body. Hi, precious. Good evening. Thanks for joining. We have not really paid attention for our body. It's not something we should be careless about. We should always make sure your children visit the optic, even if it's twice a year. We have to start monitoring their eyesight. You have to start monitoring their eyesight. Because you don't know. I remember then I asked the doctor, I was like, okay, what can be the causes of this glaucoma? He was, there are not really causes, but we should find out if anything like hard object has ever hit his head. Hard objects, probably hard objects hit his head in the past, that could lead to it. I said, hard objects, okay. I started thinking. He said, because this thing could happen 10 years ago. It could have happened 15 years ago. But since then, it will start building, building. That's why somebody will fall. I come to realize somebody will fall, hit his head on the ground, will say, Osawe se hu man we. But you don't know if that thing has done any damage in the brain. No, we don't know that. So when the doctor explained that to me, then I realized that when my brother was still very young, one day either he was new or something happened. Then this curtain that we used to hang with iron, the curtain fell down and the iron hit his head, and it hit his left, I think his left side of the head. It didn't even affected his teeth. And we concentrated on his teeth, his bleeding mouth, because we didn't see any mark on his head. And that was the cause of the glaucoma that was not affecting him after 18 years. So I looked at the time difference because I was like, I said, no. He said, that is it. It affected him, but we didn't know. That was where the whole thing started. Then after several years, and he himself, being the busy person that he is, he didn't even pay attention. He said all of a sudden, it's like he's losing vision. His eyes started being so reddish, and that's one of the symptoms. Your eyes will be so red, so hot. He will feel like his left eyes is so hot. The pressure, he was quick to go and see an optic. And when they did his scan, they said, he's even very lucky he came. Anything from that moment was total blindness of one eye. And before you know it, it will go to the other one. Completely, the person will lose his two sides. I started looking back at when that thing happened. I started calculating the age, the years. Then I said, wow, this long? The doctor said yes. Glaucoma can take years to build. And that was why people believe that it normally affects people at old age, because it will build up, build up, build up. Maybe when it starts reflecting, before it will get to the advanced stage, you might be in your 40s or you might be in your 50s. Depends on how long it takes. So that is why, if you probably had gone to the hospital at that time, they did an maybe history on his brain, and they discovered maybe anything, they might tell you in future something like this might happen because of the hard heat. Either you'll be put on drug to avert it and stuff like that. And when it's been discovered early, it can be reversed. It can be reversed. It can be controlled. But when you don't discover these things early, it becomes a problem. So I'll just, please, we should always try. That is why we could say we are at advantage because we live here in Europe. When you give birth to a child, I remember when my younger sister gave birth, they check his ear, check his eyes, check his brain, check everything. If it was okay, fine. I said his ear is okay, his eyes is okay, the brain is okay, everything is fine. But that doesn't mean as time goes on, because this child grows. I don't want to baby no. You know, children play a lot. And we don't know the extent damage this thing is doing in their brain. This glaucoma issue now made me realize that it's very important for you to visit your optician at least 2 times a year. Let them check your overall sight. Take the measurement of your eye. Take your eye pressure. Very important. If your eye pressure is anything above 22 mm, they will tell you your eye pressure is high. They may not want to explain to you that your eye pressure is high. That can lead to, that's glaucoma, but they will just tell you you have a pressure in your eye. And all we need to do is bring down the pressure. The only thing they will do is to bring down the pressure, bring it down, just bring down the pressure. They'll start working, giving you medication, giving you eye drop to make sure they bring down the pressure back to normal. So we should try as much as we can to give ourselves good health care, because you are the only person that can tell yourself you need it. Like I always say here, health is wealth. Yeah, Beautylicious Kitchen, thank you. Health is wealth. If you are sick, you cannot run after money. If you are a blind man, cannot look for money. So the earlier we start, the very better for us. That's why once in a while, go to your doctor. Go to your doctor. Go to optic. Go to any doctors you want to see. Tell them, I want to do this. I remember a friend of mine, she had a child, a girl, and this girl was, I think, about 8 years. The little girl woke up one morning and she was just, you know, scratching, just scratching her eyes, and I was like, when I go under 2 days, the eyes were swollen. And she has to rush the girl to the hospital, and they said they should take her to the doctor, optic doctor. That girl lost one eye. If I think about it, the mom was crying. And they told the mother, whatever was wrong with her didn't just start today. It was long ago. Something fell into her eyes. Probably where she was playing, something entered into her eyes, and that thing went to build up inside her eye. Build up, then destroy the optic, destroyed everything in the eye. So, got to a point, all she would do is, but all she would say, mommy boy, I'm your hospital. I say, Joy, the hospital. What's your problem? But that girl lost one eye because they had to operate it. We need to take care of ourselves and even our children. What are the symptoms? For instance, now, so okay, what are the symptoms of this glaucoma? Some of us, we have severe headache. I'm always having headache. Headache is normal, but headache can also be a symptom of glaucoma. I'm speaking Swahili. Okay. No, I'm not speaking Swahili. I've not been to Swahili. Healthy living. Yeah, I said headache can also be is one of the symptoms of glaucoma. But we have headache on a normal day. Somebody will say, headache just worry me for one side of my eye. Oh. Headache just worry me for one side of my eye. Oh. Then if it constantly keep on happening, you need to see a doctor. If it's happening over and over again, you are having such migraine over and over again, one side of you need to see a doctor, because that is also a symptom of glaucoma. Pains in the eye. Pains in the eye. Some of us have pains in our eyes. pains, severe eye pain. Severe eye pain is also another symptoms of glaucoma. You can do a research on it. You can read on it and even know more. When you are researching on it, you are reading more on it, you are doing yourself good and everyone around you. And in as much as when you now see somebody tomorrow, you see a child tomorrow, you know, trying like he's possessing one of your study, take your child to go see a doctor. Let them check what is wrong with her. I have a friend I've been telling for a very long time to go see a doctor, to go see an optic doctor. But I don't have time. Pain in the eye. A lot of us know that we have pains in the eye. Unnecessary pain. This eye here dey pain me. I don't know how come. This eye here dey pain me. I don't know what that's something for inside. And you have been complaining this eye just dey pain me 1 month. This eye dey pain me 2 months. This eye, even 2 weeks, this eye dey pain me. Then you need to pick up your bag. Pick it up. You should stop gambling with our health. Africans, we too gamble with our head too. Even as we even see there this Europe, some of us say they gamble with our head. To even comot go hospital na problem. To even comot say you wan go see doctor na wahala. Even here we be say men, we no dey pay for hospital bill. It's still very difficult for some of us to go and see a doctor. E dey hard us. I don't know why. And I have people around me that have been, even as Africans, I don't know about other country, but here in Spain, most of the work here is hard, tedious. Very difficult work, hard work. And I keep telling people doing this kind, I say, you need to, as you're working, not be money matter. Once in a while, based on the nature of the job I am doing, based on where I am working. Are you working in the cold room? Are you working in press? I don't know. See a doctor. Go for checkup. Let them check your general body. My younger sister told me a story of a man who was working in this meat company in Zaragoza side in Spain. Now you are working like 10 hours or 8 hours per se, and all you have is 30 minutes break. 30 minutes break is what you have. You hold your urine, you don't drink water because you don't want to take excuse. Do you know at the end of the day, all these things accumulated and caused this man kidney problem? When he went to the doctor, they told him his kidney is failing because he always hold back his urine. He said it's the kind of work I do, but you don't come for checkup. You don't. You work in the coal. You're working in a coal room where they deal with, where they do meat. All the coals and everything is accumulating in your body for 10 good hours, and you only have 30 minutes. And inside that 30 minutes, where you still take your break, it's still cold. His kidney was already failing. All he needed was a kidney. In fact, the kidney had already failed. He was now in hospital for months, waiting for a transplant. But he has worked for that company for years. If he takes in time twice a year for checkup, I keep telling people, hey, life has no duplicate. Me, ha, I don't play anything that has to do with health. I don't joke with it. Because I know say it does not have part two. It no get part two. Once comma don't enter, two things is involved. It's either it kills you or you live on drug for the rest of your life. Either way, none of them is good. I cannot be swallowing medicine every blessed day. Something that I should have been able to correct. And I just allowed the thing to take over me like that. We say, oh, glaucoma take a longer year to build. Then all of a sudden, it will just happen. The person will just go blind. Who told you it happened? It did not happen once. We were ignorant of the fact that it has been building for a very long time, and we refuse to take ourselves to a doctor to check so they can detect it. And that is why it happened, and the thing clip the person. And the person wakes up one morning, he cannot see again. Person wake up one morning and person will tell you, my eyes, I can't see anything with these my eyes. Trust we wake up from Africa now. We have been losing a person cause. But I've come to realize that even though there are bad people, but not everything is caused. Some of these things are being caused by our own ignorance and stupidity. Another symptoms of this glaucoma is nausea and vomiting. That's why sometimes some sickness can just have a similar symptoms with, if it's similar symptoms with your normal sickness. No sickness is normal anyway. Look at it. Headache is something that we count as normal. Eye pain, we want to count it as normal. Vomiting, we will count it as normal. Just like this COVID came. Every symptoms of COVID is a symptoms of malaria that we have in Africa. Symptoms of other sickness. So how would you know which is which if you don't take yourself for proper examination? How would you know which is which? And that is why when you go to a doctor, they treat you for malaria, it's not working. They treat you for typhoid, it's not working. They treat you for this, it's not working. It will dawn on them, let's go for this test. If you are not responding to malaria treatment, you are not responding to typhoid treatment, you are not responding to this other treatment, then which other thing could be as a result of this? Then you will get the answer you want. And you will get the treatment you need. And that darkness that was about to cloud that person will be averted. Vomiting. Blue vision. That's loss of vision. Sometimes it's just like, everything will just go, like that. Say, just like, and it will come back again. It will go and it will come back again. Keep on like that, swerving like that. And you think it's a joke. Something is wrong. There's no communication with your eye and your brain anymore. The optic is going down, it's being broken. So the earlier we start taking care of ourselves, the better it will be for us. Because I really I've not really known much about this glaucoma. If not that, my own blood brother started suffering from it. And I actually was not planning to talk on this today. But because I ran into people having this discussion on TV, on a program I was watching today, that was when it dawned on me that I should talk about it. Because the doctor that was talking to, they said the rate that people are going blind these days is unmeasurable. He's an eye doctor and he was talking on the program today. I was watching it. He said the rate of blindness. So that is why they want to create awareness for people to please always have their eye test. Always have their eye checked. Even if you cannot do it 3 times a year, do it 2 times a year. The doctor was stressing it. Then it dawned on me, it was 2019 now. That was 2019 December. That was when they broke the news of my own brother to me. 2020, that was what we used it to battle. That was what we battled all through 2020. Drugs, long reach, was it long reach products? They introduced long reach products. So they said it's good. Even where he went to do S3, one place that they asked him to go and do scan. He said the doctor that was doing the scan said, "Come, you are so young. Fight this glaucoma. Fight it. Don't allow them to advise you for surgery. Don't just, they will tell you that is best, but don't try it. If you try it, in 6 months, you will totally go blind." Everybody that did that operation came back blind. So please, the expensive may be the drugs, or rather the eye drops and everything you will be getting might be very expensive, but try and get it. He introduced him to many long reach products. One medicine for long reach. Oh gosh. I looked at him, I said, wow. I said, you are suffering for what happened to you. Donkey years. That's what life be. But we got no choice. He had to. Every time, how are you feeling? Are you see? He will go. They will tell him, the pressure is, for a very long time, the eye drop didn't work. It didn't work. I feel like, is it even working at all? Say, Mama, until he started saying it's coming down. They said he came down with 0 point something percent. They said he came down with 0 point something over here. Now you just take come down. You don't even reach 3% when you take come down. I just wanted it to drop once. But the truth is that it took years before it got to that stage. And it's going to take a long time before it come back to normal. So we should try our very best as much as we can. Beni parable say agagbao osiri. Agagbao osiri. That means if you are blind, your beauty is gone. So your eye is your beauty. That is why an Englishman say, beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. Your eyes, that is where lies your beauty. So don't get MG collection. Thank you for joining. Thank you so much. Just wanted to throw light on this for all of us. Agbao say your eye is your beauty. Forget all those whatever, what would they wear? Forget that your eye. A man sees your eyes, he looks into your eyes. Your eyes tells a lot about you. Obi, okay, Obi, thank you so much. And another thing is your eye, constant redness of eye. Constant redness of eye is also a sign of glaucoma. Constant redness, your eyes is always red. Constant redness is also a sign of glaucoma. Redness of the eye. So we should pay attention to this. Pay attention to these things. Pay attention to these things in your children. Pay attention to it. Just pay so much attention to it. You should pay close and close attention to it. Because if this thing is not treated, if it's not treated, somebody can go blind within a twinkle of an eye. That person will just go blind. It's not even if it's not treated, if it's not detected early enough, because what is not detected early enough can not be treated. But if at all it's been detected, let's say at the most advanced stage, with the help of doctors, consultants, chief medical doctors, they can really help. Like in the case of my younger brother, they really helped to make sure that the pressure comes down. And that's why today he's still walking with his eyes open. Beautylicious Kitchen, thank you so much. Eva good evening. Thanks for joining. That's why he's still walking with his eyes open. Even at the advanced stage, like even when it gets to the peak and when it's still treated, 15, let's say 15 to 20% of people after treatment still get blind. Depends on the type of glaucoma you have. Depends. And I cannot go into all that. I just want to throw light so that we know that there is glaucoma, and that is the major causes of blindness these days, according to what the doctor said this morning. Because it was the doctor's program this morning that brought this back to my memory. Then I said, I have to talk about it. 15 to 20% of people after treatment still go blind. And that brings me to the part where they said after surgery, people with glaucoma can still go blind. So it is better not to operate it at all. Treatment can be very expensive, but we have to. Because if we didn't want to spend the money for the treatment, I keep telling people, if you don't want to spend money on treatment, always carry yourself, bundle yourself by yourself and go for medical examination. I don't know. I keep saying it. We black, whether we are scared though, I don't know. You will beg some people to go to hospital to even, they will keep complaining, but they will not even leave where they are seated, especially the men. Especially the men. They will keep complaining, but they will never get up. Even for this Europe we need to go and take sitter for hospital, they will not. And that is why you will keep talking. If you find out that he's complaining over and over and over again over that particular thing, then you keep hammering over and over, go hospital, go take sitter, go see doctor, go hospital. Let them know what the problem is. So that we should avoid the story that touches their hearts. So we should not start crying over split milk. Lady Precious One of Paris, thank you so much. Lady Pretty Good, thank you. People with this, that was what I said before. I think I've said it before. People with this glaucoma, if glaucoma can stay with you for 20 years, you can have a defect when you were just 15 years old. You will not know. And it will not be affecting you when you are 40. And that is the more reason we should not gamble. And we Africans, one thing that is still common with us is that a child falls down, a child does anything, we say, this thing no affect am now. Maybe only here e just say hit ground. Abeg carry aboliki, take rub am, massage and e go, but you don't know the extent. And we think so oyibo dey stupid. If it happens to a white woman's daughter or a white woman, maybe they will carry that pikin, they will go do x-ray for that place. Because they know that in future something might go wrong. Then they will carry that pikin, they'll go do x-ray put. Make them check am. But we go dey complain, say ogiyan to agbe. Ogiyan to agbe. E not to agbe. No, 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 no. They are doing the right thing to avoid any calamity in future. That is why they are doing it. That is why they will take that child to the hospital to go and check the child's brain. That is why when a child is too, like Benipo say, or more baby, the child they do, or you need to even examine that pikin brain. If anything is wrong, because they believe that that child is not normal. They will examine the child's brain to see if anything is wrong. That is why the child is acting like that. Though we will take it as normal. So there are a lot of sicknesses that lives with us, that builds with us from childhood to adulthood. Then when we get to a certain age, maybe okay, look at it this way. Something happened to you 20 years ago. You have given birth to your children. As at when you are supposed to start enjoying the fruit of your labor, all of a sudden, problem will now come. Let's just assume at the age of 50, the person enemy will just go blind, just like that. When the person is supposed to relax, enjoy the fruits of her labor, then I don't know how you see it. That's pain. And that's what I think this thing is. You build up with 20 years. When you don't reach for you to enjoy yourself, live with your family, you've worked all your life. All you just need to do now is shine your, I will just one kind eye problem will just start. Normal me now, I beg you. Why you need kuwade your now? Wa solo, And so you go solo you 1 month, you go see stop, you go see come, you go stop, you go come, you go stop. That thing where they come, they stop, they come, they stop, they come, they stop. You reach where you go to meet doctor. It's been coming and stopping, coming and stopping. So that make you not just come catch you like thief for night. You wake up and everywhere is black, no light, no reflection of light coming from anywhere. Do you know what that is? If we have not even started, I think this is the time for us to start. It will get to some certain extent, glaucoma, glass no dey work. Does not even need recommendation of glasses. So, but maybe to some extent, if it's been detected early, you can manage it with glass and other things. But when you get to an advanced stage, no, nothing like a eye lens for you. Nothing. So the only thing I just feel, and it's very important at this point, is we should always go for eye examination. Visit an optician. You want to check your eyes. Is your eyes paining you? No. I don't know. My eyes is not paining me, but I just want to check and know if my eyes are okay. my pressure, my eye pressure, if it's normal. Even if you tell the person, you're tell the optician that I want to know, he will even know that you know what you are doing. He will know that this person really, this person he knows something. Your eye pressure, I want to check my eye pressure. I just want to know about my eyes. I want to know if I'm okay. They will check everything for you. And if they are going to tell you if they check it and they tell you, okay, for now your eyes are okay, but probably in the next 5 years, in the next 6 years, you'll be needing glasses. You will just take it because they've seen something. They've seen something and they've told you that in the next 5 years or 6 years, you'll be needing glasses as a result of what they've just done. So you get your mind prepared. So that thing will not come and hit you once because a doctor has already told you this is what should be expected 5 years, 6 years from now. Your vision will start failing. This will happen, that will happen. But for now, you are okay. You are very okay. Your pressure is okay. You don't have eye pressures in your eyes. Your two eyes are okay. That is a relief. Because when the pressure is high, your eyes will be so hot. And a lot of us, our eyes, they hot. Ego, they hot. But we don't even know what it is. Take yourself and go and see a doctor so they can get you well examined. Please, I'm begging us, we should not gamble with anything that has to do with our heads. We should not gamble with anything that has to do with our heads at all. We should not. It's not. Because all this work that you are working, all this suffering that you are suffering, if you don't have good heads, what is it for? If you don't have it, what is it for? Your normal pressure, if anything higher than that normal pressure, like that 12-22 millimeter, is abnormal. It's not normal. If it be 22, the next one is 23. It's not normal. Once you don't cross that 22, you don't go 23, it's not normal again. And if you go to an optician and they just say that your eye pressure is 23, it's above normal. It's not normal, it's above normal, but they can tell you, okay, come back in 4 months' time. They'll tell you, come back in 4 months' time, let's check it again. They will give you an appointment in 4 months' time. If probably when you go, they check it again, it's still 23, they can still give you another appointment. That way, they are helping you to control it already. They are helping you to control it. So in the process, when it goes up, they will know exactly that it's going up. You go again, it's 23. Maybe you go again, it's 22. That way, they are already controlling your eye pressure for you. So before it goes up and becomes something that you will end up suffering for the rest of your life, you have already started tackling it, and it will never get there again. So probably when it gets to when you go again, they said, okay, it is 26, is 27, then they will tell you there's a problem. They might start asking questions. Did you hit your head? Did someone hit you in the head? Did any hard object hit you? They will start asking you just to know when and how this whole thing started. And they might just explain to you. But how? Because they've been monitoring you. They've been monitoring you, they've been controlling it. So they now see that something is about to be building in your eye. Then tell you, okay, they can recommend eye drop for you to bring down the pressure. They can recommend drugs for you. They can recommend glasses for you. Why? Because you discover this thing at the early stage. But anything not detected early, I keep saying it, anything that is not being detected early can lead to a very destructive something, and it's not good. Like I said, glaucoma does not give warning. All of a sudden you see a cow and its child. That is glaucoma for you. It does not give any formal warning. But the symptoms will come and they will go. The symptoms will come, they will go. That's the symptoms that I've mentioned before. They will keep coming and going, keep coming and going. So it looks like it's playing trick with you. It's playing trick with you because you will not be able to discover that it's something major that is happening in your body. But now that I've talked on it a little bit, I'm not an optic doctor, but I just share this knowledge based on the knowledge that I have and the research that I have done, a little research that I have done about it. And that is what I'm using to share this with you. So you guys should know. You can read more about it. You can go to your optic doctor and ask, what is glaucoma? And what are the causes? And how can it be averted? And they can be willing to share their knowledge with you and tell you how many times you are expected to visit a doctor, an optic doctor, a year to be able to check. Bring your children so that they can always go through proper examination. Eye measurement. They measure your eye. They measure it. Because once the optic nerve in your eye, that optic nerve that controls your brain to your eye, once it's destroyed, that's where the communication between the brain and the eye exists. And that is what the glaucoma destroys. And once it begins to destroy that optic nerve, blindness is about to set in. Because your optic nerve is your vision. That is where the vision is coming from. That is where your sight is coming from. And when the pressure is high, it begins to hit the optic. And the optic begins to destroy. And when the optic is destroyed, I have an appointment for my kid. Exactly. It's very important for your kids, for yourself, especially. It's very important. Control your eyes, control everything, because your eye is the most sensitive part of your body. Is the most sensitive part of your body, your eye. That is the most sensitive part of your body. Don't joke with it. Don't. On no account should you joke with your eyes. No, 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 no. Don't joke with your eyes. Take your eye for a treat. If it's a treat, give it to your eyes. Yeah. If they ask you to pick a glass, pick the most fanciable one. Yeah. Last week we went for teeth doctor. Yeah, the dentist. Also very good. These things are very, very, very important. Once in a while. Once in a while. Do it. Because if you go to a doctor, they will definitely tell you. If they see anything or they don't see anything, they will tell you. If they see anything, then they'll put you under control. I see no reason why we'll be scared to go to a doctor. Is it because we are scared that they will find something? It's not we are praying for them not to find something. And we are also praying that they should find something that we don't know is existing in our body so that they can help us treat it right there and tell us how to avert it. Than for the thing to become a problem that can never be controlled. It is better for it to be detected early and be corrected than for it to get to the advanced level and destroy your vision. If you want to know what it means to be blind, have you closed your eye for 1 hour without opening it? Have you closed your eye? One time in Nigeria, when a doctor came, he said they want to do a routine eye test for us, eye checkup for us, eye examination. They gave me one tiny something. They said I should look straight into it. That was when I know that it get power. Close your eyes for 30 minutes. Deep close, tight close. I tight close my eye. When I open it, it was like it took a while before everything became clear. So they were not educating us. It was at my place of work. Because of all those age people, host we can roll with 5. No problem, financial lady. I'll send you a message later. Because of all those age people who don't believe in anything. They don't believe that they don't know that. Because of our level of, should I say illiteracy? Should I say level of ignorance? Sometimes what happened to you while you were still a child can affect you when you are growing old. That is exactly the case of this glaucoma. That is exactly the case of this glaucoma. What happened to you when you were young can affect you while you are growing old. So as a result, take time to take care of yourself and give yourself the best treatment that you can. If it comes to you using glass, pick the most fanciable one. I had a lens I was using. People will tell me, a lens yes, so very fancy. Then in Nigeria, very fanciable one. So that it will look fine on me. So people will not detect that I am using lenses to look like a normal glass. And I use it. Till today, I still use. If I feel like I'm having headache, my eyes are so wet, I'll just know that I've been looking at my phone, I've been looking at my TV for a very long time. I'll just start using my glasses. And if I use it for at most 2-3 weeks, everything will come back to normal and I will drop it again. It's not just a permanent lens for me. Why? Because I realized that I was having this problem of always drawing tears from my eyes every time. Tears. So I had to see a doctor. And they said, you need a glass. Not because you have an eye problem, but because you are using your eye too much for reflection of phones, anything electronics, and that is what is affecting your eyes. So please, I just want to ask us and beg us to please take this seriously and also share with people. Discuss it with them. Anyone around you, tell them. Take your children out for medical examination, optic medical examination. Even you as an adult, you need it because you can never tell what is up with you in your eyes. So thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for paying attention. Yeah, I really appreciate your coming to my LS today. Everyone that participated, financial lady, Umbachi, Vivian, thank you all so much. Epic Glamour Gold, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I just want us to know about this. Chinedu King, Lady Precious One of Paris, Lady Pretty Good, thank you all for being there. Healthy Living with Deborah, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. So we've come to the end this evening. So I will reserve my topic for today for next one, because what I wanted to talk about was not what I discussed about today. So that will be for another LS, by His grace, by God's grace. So thank you all, and sleep well and stay blessed. Thank you, Financial Lady. Thank you. I will send you a message so we can roll tomorrow. Yeah. Okay, no problem. Then I will return it. No problem. I will return it tomorrow to you, not today, so we can give time. Thank you so much. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, tomorrow. Yeah, no problem. Thank you. Thank you. No problem. I will return it tomorrow and I will let you know. All right. Good night, everyone. Yeah. That computer na agbeki. They don't spoil my work this evening.